Hey everyone, I'm Egoqueenalexis, and welcome back to the Queen's Court. In the last episode, Tarvok sold me into slavery. I think I'll let Vicky take over from here.
Excuse me. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Vicky the GM, and welcome back to the Queen's Court, where we last left our heroes. As the Warband stood before the dark splendor of Kamara, a chilling realization swept through the acolytes. They would have to be quick to find Inquisitor Farnov or face the depravity of the Drukhari. Rosalina dispatched Volric back towards the doorway, and with Blank turned around, heading back into the darkness. Traversing Lower Kamara, Tarvok and Rosalina encountered a Beastmaster plying his trade. This Beastmaster, named Anudar, made a bargain with Tarvok that he would assist them in moving about the Dark City without drawing too much attention, a bargain that Rosalina needed to pay the price for. But first, he needed to complete his prior engagement. This engagement turned out to be a rather poor spectacle involving a motley menagerie and a single chained human. Observing the bound man, the Warband could see that he showed no signs of fear, no matter how close he came to death. This white-haired daredevil could prove useful, and Tarvok offered to take him off Anudar's hands. Anudar agreed, muttering something about this one being defective. The man, thus freed, introduced himself as Abraxas Raum, a capturee from one of the Drukhari slave raids, adding that he had seen the inquisitorial eye that Tarvok had shown him on a woman being taken into the arena pits. Anudar, holding up his end of the deal, produced disguises for the Warband to don. Thus clothed, the Warband set out towards the witch arenas, seeing them high above. Now they must plan a breakout for the intrepid Inquisitor. So, you're standing on a...
Wait, we actually found the Inquisitor?
No! You have a lead.
You butt.
Oh.
Pay attention, you butt.
Yeah.
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Did you want to do the announcement about Riley switching?
Oh yeah, let's do that right now. So, for anyone interested, Mope, aka Moreno, aka Thalia Polonia, I'm sorry, Dr. Thalia Polonia, is...
Dr. Thalia and Sephora.
Not quite yet. It hasn't happened yet.
Alright.
The autoquill hasn't left. Damn it!
You tried.
I tried. I was gonna say days late, but that doesn't fit. So she will be handing Moreno back into my hands to become an NPC once again, while she will take over her new character. Who that character will be? Well, watch and find out. Ooh. Anticipation. So, you are standing on a balcony of sorts. It's rather large, so it's hard to tell, and which way is up doesn't really make sense in this place. But you have a good enough view of the witch arenas, as they are many, many miles above you. You can see the aerial craft of the Drukhari moving either lazily or blindingly fast, as like small arrows darting across the sky. But all of them seem to be centered around the traffic of the witch arenas, and right next to it seems to be some sort of... Void port is a strange term to use, seeing how it's not in the void, and there is no way to head into the void. But from the looks of things, it is where a lot of aerial craft are setting down and heading out of.
Do I need to roll awareness to see that, or is that just seen?
Everyone sees this. It is really hard to miss these two things. They are big. And I'm going to take a wild guess that everyone is looking up.
Tarvok, take special note that we avoid that area. It's high traffic.
Tarvok scans the area for a moment and sets up a. Can he set up like a digital proximity alarm so just when they get nearby it, by this those coordinates, it kind of just lets them know.
You want to set up like? Oh, you want to just set up a trip, like a camera to watch?
No, I just want my internal cogitator to alert me when if we get near the traffic area. That was
Right. Fair enough. Sure. You can inload that set of data and parameters into your multi-compass as you are busying yourself adapting the thing to this place. It's taking some adjusting to. So yes, that can be done. No test needed. You're just working along on this.
Yes.
Tarvok, I also need you to translate everything these creatures say to me as quick as you can and come up with a rebuttal for me.
As you wish.
I don't know much of their language, and Morno hasn't taught me much Eldari. Victor.
Indeed.
What?
That's a shot at you for not teaching me Icelandic.
Hey, I teach you Icelandic, sort of.
Anyway. And at this point, Tarvok will reply, "That is because you focus too much on swordplay. You should have visited me more often."
Now's not the time for that. We have to keep moving. These creatures are disgusting, but they're very sharp on the eyes.
Yeah. Indeed, it's quite fascinating, isn't it? To think that they live lives, they wake up, they engage in commerce, much like we of the Imperium do.
These things do nothing like we do. They're nothing but raiders and torturers.
I seem to recall on Nova Bella, you inserting an excruciator kit into some priest.
I did it because it was necessary. These things do it because they're
It is necessary
depraved.
because it is necessary to them. To think that we are different than the Xeno is folly. But I will admit that it is a case of survival. They must fall for us to succeed. To underestimate them is folly.
Very well.
Now, before you move anywhere, do you actually have a plan?
Alright, so here's the plan.
Uh-oh.
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 Want to join in on this, Mope?
I got an idea.
Yeah, I can join in on that.
No, I'm
Sorry.
saying uh-oh
Oh, to what?
to what Alexis just said.
No, we're fine.
No, we're all gonna die.
I'm
I'm gonna die.
gonna look at the building structure, study it closely, and say, for the life of me, I can't determine a reasonable path through to avoid anybody. To avoid everybody.
Let's see.
And at this point, actually, no,
Does anybody have Navigate Surface?
I don't.
I do.
Try rolling.
I'm guessing multi-compass does not come into play here.
No, it does not. There is no data to work with.
Ooh.
Nice, well done.
I'm gonna point out a path and say we should probably head this way.
With one of his hands, Tarbok scooches Rosalina's slightly to the left and down as he points out a path which would be a long detour, but it would allow you to end up beneath the witch arenas.
Now, are there any signs, like, I don't know how this works in Dark City. Do they have signs broadcasting, like, this is a haberdashery or whatever?
Fine.
More than likely, it's still a city.
Yeah, they would, but you would have to translate every single one. And there is, of course, the issue of the Eldar language being having a lot of meanings to them. So if something says, like, the butchery, yeah, it might sell meat or it might not.
Well, I'm saying, like, as we're going down this long winding highway, long winding corridors and streets to end up beneath the witch cult, I'd like to kind of, if there's any signs we pass by, even if it's just, buy one get one free on murders,
Right.
I kind of want to know where I'm headed.
Fair enough. There's probably been a few of those so far. So, nice. I'll inform you of any interesting signs on the way. However, so you continue with the plan, please. How are you going to execute this?
Alright, so we get below the witch arena. I have a chain around Tarvok, so I'm pulling him along as though he's a paint engine. And
Right, the disguise part has been handled, right?
Oh, wait, I am a pain engine.
we get below the arena, we scout the location, we try to find where our target is, and then from there, we wing it.
Okay, how are you gonna get out of here? And by here, I mean this entire place.
I can still control Morno right now, right?
Yes, you still have Morano for now.
I'm gonna look over at Rosalina and say, perhaps I could acquire a speeder?
Can you fly one of those things?
It shouldn't be too difficult. I flew similar ones back home.
Alright, that's one.
The difference is mostly aesthetic.
Yeah. I'll look over at Rosalina again and say, it all operates the same. They just, they like to decorate differently than we do.
Well, their choice of aesthetics is terrible. It lacks the appeal of the Gothic architecture.
It does not evoke any good feelings. It's still sleek and fluid, but aesthetically, I do not find it pleasing at all. I don't find it pleasing at all. She would use contraction.
So, that sounds like... Yeah, and that actually sounds like a plan to me. And if
Where
you
do we
reply...
take her? You.
Roll
Abraxas.
for me an awareness test, Mope. Because you might be able
Sure.
to... You might know what to look for. Nice. And that has extra degrees.
Yep, because
So-
elves are OP.
I mean, yeah, elves are always OP, so, meh. Taking a look around, Morano looks past the jagged structures of the Drukhari, and she looks further, closer to the sky, in quotation marks, in scare quotes, I should say. And she notes that dotted all around this this sphere of existence are giant webway gates.
Mm,
So,
so
would-
just to clarify this out of character before I go in character, we can get a speeder and then travel through the webway gates.
well, you might need something bigger than a speeder, but yeah, you can do that.
I'm pretty sure you can because individual Eldar can travel through the webway, so
No, I'm talking about you can get one speeder, but there's a lot more than one of you.
Oh, yeah, we probably want to get something like a Venom.
Like a
Tarbuck's a
raider.
big lad.
Yeah, like a raider or something that with carrying capacity is what you're looking for.
Okay, so
And I want it in
Alright.
blue.
Hold on, check.
I think we're going to get black and red, okay?
I'm okay with that.
I have a
We
question.
might get some purple thrown in there if we're lucky.
And
Wait.
spikes. I have a
Uh-oh.
question.
Yeah.
What's the temperature like in Kamara? Like, do I have to worry about my teammates, like my partially clothed teammates, catching hypothermia?
Honestly,
We're right under a stolen sun.
yeah, like there is a sun in the sky and it doesn't move, so it is heating the place. So, no?
Space magic.
I'm just checking.
Space magic says we're warm.
Remember, there's snake people here.
Well, of what little I have read in Dark Eldar books, and I actually think there's only 3 that I know about, the temperature in Komorra has never been an issue.
Yeah, just checking.
Yeah. So,
What's the tide code?
what's the what? What's the what?
The tide code. It's a joke. Carry on.
Fair enough. Joke, whoosh, my head.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So, we get to the arena. We find our target. We take the target. That's going to be difficult. We take her. We get one of the speeders. We get the hell out of here.
I suggest that we get the speeder before we try to acquire her. And then once we have her, we can make a speedy getaway.
Your use of humor always amuses me.
Morno betrays a bit of disappointment that she didn't even get a laugh.
Aw.
I'm just going to look at her and just say, okay, Morno, you can slip around here much easier than we can.
Yes, I can. And I suspect it won't be the first time they've had someone like me coming to acquire transport. Although it does bring to issue, what am I supposed to trade for it?
Your pain, your suffering, your anguish, all the things that you dread in your sleep will be brought to the forefront of your mind for the pleasure of a deranged psychopath.
It must be much easier to say that when you don't have to be the one to face it.
I'm just going to give Tarvok a look like, really?
And at this point, he's actually going to move in and kind of go face to face with Morano. It is much easier when you have no emotions to give. At this point, his eye...
Tarvok, the poorest man in Kamara.
Ha.
Sorry. My bad. I shouldn't have said that.
You mean the safest man in Kamara?
That's true. No one is interested.
And at this point, he says, it is going to be very painful and unfortunate for you, but it is for the greater good of mankind.
I'm not going to be told that by you. She's going to look over at the other two, she's going to look over at Rosalina and then Abraxas and say, what about you? To Abraxas, because Rosalina's already kind of like shooken and stunned, and after that conversation, I don't think Tarvok's doing too great either.
Yeah, Tarvok has, like, there's nothing for it's been established that Eldar or Drukhari have nothing to gain from hitting Tarvok with a pain.
Marno. Assassination might be the easiest way to take one.
They do respect such things, but I doubt a transport big enough to hold all of us won't be unguarded.
Yeah, that's when you just have to get inventive.
In that case, why don't I just scout it out, and once I find one, we take it by force, together. That way none of us have to suffer any undue suffering.
I'll agree to that. We have our path to the witch cult. Now we just need to
Can
acquire.
you roll me a logic?
Now we just
roll
need to
what?
acquire a transport.
Oh,
Wow, I'm gonna re-roll that. That's literally the only thing I could have rolled to fail.
yeah, which is why I have you roll it.
Oh,
There you go. All right. So, there is an issue that arises from this plan that will have to be tackled slightly differently, in the sense that if you do take a transport by force, an alarm will be the city will swarm down on you, and if you try and break out the Inquisitor, the same might is very likely to happen. Meaning, you might want to execute both of those plans at the same time.
Tarvok will bring this up and say, perhaps a simultaneous strike would be necessary, as either action with a freeing Farnov or fighting for the speeder would cause an alarm. And as much as they do appreciate it, it will be seen as a disrespect to the Archon's authority. I think.
What is an archon?
Well, perhaps once we find where this Inquisitor is, we should also scout out where the nearest transports are.
Before I agree to help you with anything, I have one question. What does this person mean to you that we're not focusing on escaping this place?
Morna's gonna raise an eyebrow at you and, oh, excuse me, would you prefer to stay here? I don't mean to be that snarky word, I'm sorry.
It's a fair point.
Like, why aren't we just leaving this place?
Eldar can be snarky too.
Okay,
Tarvok,
fair enough.
Abraxas. She is an Inquisitor. Our orders are to rescue her.
Well, as long as it gets me out of here.
indeed. Besides, don't I own you?
Yes, that is technically the truth.
And Victor again, if I'm overstepping, stop me. I just worry that it may be difficult for us to even travel around in this city without something that's airborne.
It is not impossible, but it is way quicker to travel airborne.
Indeed. My biggest issue is, once we have the speeder and the Inquisitor, where do we go? Just leap randomly into a webway gate and hope we end up somewhere nice? For all we know, we could end up in the middle of another Drukhari city. There's no direction. We can't leave it to chance. Surely not.
Morna's gonna kind of like almost laugh at you and I can guide us.
How did you all even get here in the first place?
A portal. But the portal's inoperable unless we were to capture more psychers in which to power it. I don't think we're going back the way we came.
And the odds of finding them here are low.
But out of character, Morna totally has Navigate Warp, and she's totally a ranger, and she can totally guide us back to Imperial space. Or through the webway.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, like, she has traveled the webway. She knows how to navigate it.
Yeah, and both John and Tarvok have no idea how the webway works. I just assumed it was point to point.
Not quite. It's
Fair enough.
wonky.
It's a web. It's a web.
Fair enough.
Ways.
But so the biggest concerns now are a speeder being acquired. That's one thing. We still have to. We don't even know if Farnov's alive or if she's even in a mental state to even be rescued.
Well, if she's not alive, then that cuts that part of our plan short, and we can proceed to getting a speeder and getting out of here. But if she is alive, we should probably try to make sure we get a speeder that's nearby so that we don't go trudging through the streets.
I have to agree with Marno. Verification, capture, escape. We have to do a lot of these things at once.
That is why I suggest that we scout out the area beforehand.
Yes.
The issue is, I'm concerned how we might not have much time, and we shouldn't be spotted. I could walk around fine, but the rest of you...
At this point, Tarvok will hold out his sleeve, and one of his remote access tools will slide up onto the back of his hand.
These
I
will
can
be
just do my
handy.
own thing. And he looks to Mono and says, "Although I will admit you are correct. I cannot walk around subtly, and upon any intrusion or inspection, I would be instantly determined. However, I can use this to help you scout out the areas and refer data back to the rest of the party."
I see.
They may even be able to track those. Those animals are not native here, are they?
I'm pretty sure most of the animals in this city are not native here.
That's a point. No animal is native. No animal is native to Kamara. Not even the Jafari.
Kamara isn't native to Kamara.
Nope. So, sounds like a plan to me. Going once?
Yeah, it's a plan.
Alright. Going twice and sold to the intrepid humans. And one Eldar.
I'll be right back.
Alright, so Marino is going to head off in her own direction with a remote access tool bounding behind her. Happy she didn't hear that. And the rest of you are going to set forth on the long journey towards the witch arenas. Witch cult arenas. I should probably start
Wait, which one?
Using the full thing. Which one?
Yeah.
Oh, there's a cluster of them.
No. Do you mean the witch
Where you
one,
had
or
it.
which one are you talking about?
God damn it. You're dumb.
I made that joke before we went live.
Yeah, and you still walked into it.
Yeah, it's like laying down a rake, and it's my own rake, and then I step on it, and I hit myself in the face. And then I turn to the back and hit another rake, and I hit myself in the back of the head.
Jeez. Tarvok, send a few of your rats that way.
Unfortunately, due to a unfortunate accident involving a Corvus Blackstar, I only have 2. And at this point, he will send them out forward. And he looks to you. Would you like me to send the live data feed to your data?
No, not yet.
Alright, Tarvok will close his one non-mechanical eye. And send the rats scurrying forth.
Indeed. Rat scurries forth.
I'm gonna go on the closed circuits to Marna really quickly. And I'm just gonna say, please be safe.
There's a double click of affirmative back from
I've
Morno.
returned. Is Morno heading off to go get a speeder?
She is heading off on her own to try and scout out the quote-unquote void port.
Okay.
So, as the humans, and more machine than human, head off towards the witch cult arenas, Tarvok, there is, you asked me to be on the lookout for a bunch of, for any signage that you might be interested in.
Yes, is there a discount on Froyo?
No, there's not. However, there is you see a sign which has been painted in, blood red paint, and up on a piece of some sort of wraith, piece of some sort of wraith bone, and it you're able to translate it roughly, which comes out to sundries and curios.
Now, is this from the rats or from my own eyes while we're walking?
This is from one of the rats, but you are following the path. You set up. You calculated a path. It is following it, scouting ahead, and you will reach this in a bit. But the rat will keep going.
Indeed. And I say to Rosalina, there's a building up ahead called Sundries and Curios. That actually has me quite interested.
We don't have time for buying stuff. God knows if we're caught with any of this Xenos tech, we'll be branded as heretics.
And at this point, Tarvok's gonna look at you with his one good eye, like raised up, and says, Rosalina, half the things that we've done would have us branded as heretics, if not for the fact that we are doing it for the best of mankind.
And you stopping at some corner stores, the betterment of mankind?
Research.
Very well. Be swift. No
Aren't I
dilly-daddling.
Indeed.
And with that, she's actually going to reach into the storage compartment on your back and pull out 2 ration packs.
See, hold on. Give me 1 second for that.
I'm going to pull out 3.
Hold on. Let me see if you got one of my master-crafted ones.
No, I'm going to pull out my own.
Master-crafted rations? Hot damn.
Yeah, I have cook.
Yeah, I'm going to hand it to Aubrey and Abraxas.
Aubrey takes it and
build up your strength.
Munches on it.
Yeah, because Aubrey's also wearing the battle thong too, isn't she?
Yes.
Yeesh. This time, and as we reach in, Tarvok's just gonna kind of, as we pass through the door, it's just gonna slip in while everyone else is walking.
Solid food.
As you enter this building, you can see shelves upon shelves stacked with strange-looking items. Most of them seem to share only in their distinctiveness, in the fact that you notice. Well, I need you to roll for me. I need you to roll a forbidden lore with a -20. Forbidden lore Xenos with a -20, because you're going to try and identify all of this stuff. Well, see how much of it you can identify.
Hold on. So that's a -20. So just a flat because I get a +20. Just a lore test.
So just a straight up lore test, i.e. that. Alright. So, out of all of the stuff here, you are able to identify 4 different origin points. The first is Imperial, as you recognize some of the stuff. You recognize some of the stuff lying around seems, in your mind, rather basic, in the fact that mundane. Yes, to you, you notice, for instance, what appears to be a depleted lasgun pack and a stab light that doesn't have any batteries in it, and again, it's mostly just useless junk, but it seems to hold place next to items of origins belonging to the Eldari, you can see various items and craftsmanship of the Eldari, of what appears to be all 4 subspecies? No, not species. Subcultures, let's say. You also spot some stuff belonging, stuff that seems to be from the eastern fringe of Tau make. And the third, and you might not believe this, but there is right at the back, you can see what appears to be closer to a heap than an actual shelf of Rakgul cybernetics.
Ha! Actually, Tarvok's gonna send pictures of this to Rosalina just because she might find these interesting.
Rosalina's going to be standing in the alley in the back, just eating her ration pack in silence, and looking at how do I say your name?
Abraxas?
Abraxas.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to be like, is the ration pack suitable for you? It's fish flavored.
Oh, that's what it is. Well, I have to admit, it's better than most of what I've been eating as of late. And consider this food.
Hang on. And I'm just going to look at my data slate really quickly. What in the Emperor's teeth is this? And I'm going to go on closed circuit comms. Tarvok, what are you looking at?
Oh, some very mundane objects of the Imperium, some objects of Drakari, Talva, and even Rekul.
What is a Tau?
It is a... Victor, did that give me enough knowledge of like the baseline of what a Tau is?
You succeeded on the Lore Xenos all, so yeah, you
Oh wait,
can
can
make
you
that.
say a certain type of Tau, like Fire Warrior, Water Cast, Earth Cast? That way it makes more sense to me, because I would actually know what those are on a base level.
Victor, what do these Tau Curios have any markings of their cast? Like, is it a...
Well, one of them appears to be some sort of ritualistic knife.
So I'm assuming
has-
that's Fire Warrior then.
Yes.
So yeah, just go with Fire Warrior.
Yeah, I got that.
What is a Fire Warrior?
So a Fire Warrior is their answer, the Tau's answer to the Imperial Guard. It is of the Astra Militarum. It is their military sect.
Aren't those weak little creatures with the strange dreadnoughts?
Those weak little creatures can...
No, weird.
That's what I said.
Oh, okay.
Those weird little creatures with the strange dreadnoughts could take our heads off without us even being able to see them. Master marksmanships that would put even the 10th first and only to the test.
You dare say that a Xenos is a better shot than a human? And then I'm gonna think over to Marno. You know what?
I dare...
My ignorance is getting the best of me.
Blessed of the minds, too small for doubt, right?
Dogmatic teachings are hard to forget.
For some, perhaps. Thinking back to the many atrocities he's committed. And he will continue to look around. Is there anyone in here?
As you look around, you hear a slight sound behind you. When you hear a ahem, and as you turn around, you see this face.
Oh.
Hey, you watch your mouth, Monkai. It's more beautiful than any human man will ever.
Nice to say, excuse.
Aren't you a curiosity?
I was going to say the same to you. And at this point, I will offer my hand. You know, even though kind of forgetting the whole thing. And says, Bolsevarius Torvok.
The creature looks at the Drakari looks at you and looks at the hand and says, I must admit, I've not seen your types for some time, though I believe the last time I saw them was getting torn apart by Claude Fiend. Whoa, was that the train? That came too
No,
loud.
it's
It's the pain train.
says, and he says, "Oh, I assure you, there is only one like me."
Interesting. That
And I
makes
will,
you unique.
unique and armed, sir.
Then you find yourself in the perfect establishment. Welcome to my fair shop.
Yes, indeed. I see you've acquired a grand collection. Talvar, Rakul, Eldari. And I'm guessing we're speaking all this in Jakari.
Indeed, he is. All of this is taking place in the Drukari language, and he says, "Ah, yes, it is a small deal that I have with the Beastmasters. They are not quite as frenzied as their female kin, and they collect this and that drops into the detritus from the witch cult arenas. They bring it here, and I sell it for a small price."
Although a man of collection with an eye for curio, probably does not deal necessarily in the same currency as their brethren.
Oh, I do, of course, take a bit of pinch and squeal here and there, and you see his eyes lighting up as he smiles before.
My eye literally lights up.
Sorry.
But I am more interested in the exotic, the unusual.
Well, and at this point, then perhaps business can be done. And at this point, I actually flip over my giant duffel bag and open it up just to give him a peek.
And we are going to handle this off screen.
You better not sell my stuff.
Oh wait, this is an.
This is an actual. This is like actual purchasing stuff.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. I just thought this guy was cool.
Yeah, I mean, there are cool shopkeeps.
Can I get his name though?
Have you asked it?
Well, no, because we were cutting off.
Oh, you can retcon a quick introduction.
I just want to say, well, he should. I guess did he answer when I say Baltavarius Tarbark?
Oh, sorry about that.
No problem.
I think I cut out. He curtly reprised Lethris.
Lethris. Tell me,
There
do
you
you
go.
know of a? You said you work with the Beastmasters. Do you remember an insert name of what's young old scratch back from the way?
Which one?
The Beastmaster.
Oh, Anadar.
Anadar. Are you familiar with one Anadar? Kind of a crappy circuit performer, kind of limp show.
Oh, that poor fool. He was dishonored, thrown down into Lower Camera. From what I hear, he puts on one-man shows for the drips and the drabs.
It's actually quite boring. He sent one of his beasts after me, and I even kind of show a small hololithic recording of me kind of just taking it without any.
Yawn.
I know, right? And he just drones on and on. I swear, that man.
Well, if he was a man, I would look down on him, but he's not. And I'm sure he'll manage to scrape some sort of semblance of dignity once he is able to muster up his menagerie. But for now, most of them, it was a most unpleasant spectacle, shall we say. There was a group of monkey soldiers that were taken into the witch arenas and set loose upon his beasts. Well, they were a bit more of a match, those hulking brutes. So uncivilized, but they laid into Anadar's beasts like their lives depended on it, and they did. Too
Tarvak.
bad they would have to fight again.
Tarvak, can you hear me?
Yes.
What does he mean, hulking beasts?
Probably the things that he sent out.
No, he said the hulking beasts were too much of a match for him. Did he mean that the humans won?
And I looked at him and say, describe these hulking beasts.
Oh, they... let's see. You'll have to forgive me. These, all of these Monkai look the same to me, but...
I show him a holographic display from the time we met Ogren.
No, much smaller than these. Not quite as dumb looking. These were smaller. Maybe a bit shorter than you are. But they sure looked like they could rip a chimera in two. They had these green pants, green shirt, and they all had this strange red band either around their arm or their head. It was most unusual.
Oh no.
And at that, I'm gonna be on the other side of the wall just with my hand on my face. I thought they were angels. They're gorillas.
Instead, now you find out they're devils.
And at this point, I'm actually going to hold out my hand and show him something. In your experience dealing with Incurios, have you ever seen anything with this icon? I'm going to flash him my Elect 2.
That thing. Oh yeah, you can just show that thing here because most of them don't recognize it.
Yeah. Like, here's the thing. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Tarvok is apparently more comfortable around the Drukhari than he is the Imperials.
Yeah, that says a lot.
I'm gonna show him the Electu and say, have you ever seen anything in your collection that matches this particular sigil? In other words, I'm checking to see if maybe if Farnov died, maybe up here, or if he's just in general seen anything with that icon.
My. Why, yes, I have in fact seen one of these. One moment. And he heads back. Behind what you take as the counter, though, where he's though there is no register to hold any currency. But you hear some stuff being moved about in the back, and a few moments later, Lethris comes back, and holding in his holding in his palm, he puts an object out towards you, and you recognize it as an inquisitorial rosette.
At this point, my mechadendrites will reach into my bookshelf and grab the Munitorum manual, Rating Tattoos for the Unfamiliar, and Spheres of Longing, and hold them out and say, that is something that interests me dearly. It is a sigil that I find quite amusing to look at. Perhaps how would the writings of the Monkai be in exchange for such items?
I must say, I'm not interested in writing. They are so impenetrable to me. Besides, if ever I wanted to read anything, I would go find one of the pain readers and have them read to me.
At this point, Tarvok will snap his fingers. Actually, he will pull out an excruciator kit. The Eldar, the Drukhari, pride themselves on torturous methods. How about a kit designed by the Monkai? As surely that would be a curio to see how the Monkai perform their actions in comparison to their own.
Do you open it up to display it to him?
I do.
He takes one of the knives out of it and examines it. So primitive. Why is it that the Monkai can lack such sophistication? And he puts it back.
It is because they and this he's not going to translate. It's because they underestimate their enemies. If they took time to study as I have studied, they could perhaps find, if not common ground, then structural weaknesses in the architect of their enemies.
Oh, cease your blithering. Either you have something that interests me or you don't.
At this point, he's going to open up his hard case and bring up one of the vials of the blood of Izumat.
Oh, by Cain, what is this?
A curio.
Yes, indeed.
Tarvok, you haven't turned off your comms yet, right?
Right.
No,
I have not turned off my comms. The only thing you didn't hear was the whole architect of your enemies thing because he didn't translate that.
Okay.
But he is like with every word, like he's translating what he's saying into binary and then through your data slate translating it back to logo.
Right, so Rosalina is pretty much watching a conversation being transcribed on her slate. My, now this is something I would be interested in. So, a fair trade?
A fair trade.
Ah.
And be careful. It reacts in the oddly in the presence of those without souls.
Oh, now that is a strange aspect. I will have to experiment with it, see if it has a function.
Yes,
Though that is secondary.
Yes, I would not recommend consuming it or anything of that nature.
Of course not. I'm not in the habit of partaking of my own merchandise.
So Tarvok, and then a moment passes, and actually Tarvok will allow the. This is me saying, John saying, party's open for questions if you.
Wait, so that thing had a mark of the Inquisition, right? The rosette?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now I have a rosette.
Yeah.
That's a 55 rating shield.
It's not. You're thinking of the Rosarius.
Oh, my bad.
No. Now, does this rosette have a name on it?
Yes, it has an ident code in it that you can tap into.
All right. What does it tell me?
There's a name attached to it, and all it says is Inquisitor Arctius or Romalius.
Arctius. I swear that name sounds familiar. Do I? Can I roll logic to see if that name has come up before?
Hold on. I think I spelled that right.
Inquisitor Arcticuno. I swear I've heard that name before.
You can roll an intelligence.
It's intelligence, that's fine. Ooh!
Nice. Well done.
Oh. Damn it.
Wait, I got it. No, I don't got it.
Alright, so...
You have heard this name before. In fact, it has come up in one discussion before, one that you listen in on, but you did listen in on it.
Yeah, from old boy behind the desk at the nerd plate.
Yes, that would be him. This name was mentioned by Curator Albus Tattersall when he was going over what few inquisitors he was aware of in the Ascalon sector. And you, as you take a look, as you examine the rosette further, you can tell that this thing has seen some damage. It's old.
How old? Like
Like
date it?
it looks damaged.
Is there any like? I know Eisenhorn has a very specific way his rosette is designed. It had like the silver on it, I believe. Does this, or is it like?
I will.
Is
I
there
will
any
tell.
customization?
There are two specific, two specific markings that make this one out to be different than what a quote-unquote normal rosette would look like. One, it has the hammer of the Ordo Malleus, which makes sense. Two, it has a blue outline to it rather than the usual red.
Now, I would ask. Oh wait, no, I don't have any kind of Inquisition lore, so
No, I don't think anyone does. Although you can spend a fate point and just succeed that.
is it worth it?
I wouldn't just yet.
I will save it for explication later, or for research later.
Fair enough.
So, Charbuck. So, before I head out, does anyone have any questions for this kind gentleman?
Nope.
Abraxas?
Can't say it's not my finger. Well, I don't think I have a commune or whatever thingy.
Yeah, you actually don't have a way of
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, he doesn't have a. He doesn't have
Yeah,
a
he can't.
earpiece.
Yeah, he can't hear any of this.
Never needed it.
Now, Victor, the last thing I'm gonna do before I leave is, can I roll a commerce test? I'll look to him, but I want to roll a commerce test. Now, I believe you can understand with the nature of my being and where we are at. Discretion is needed, but I can trust that if something were to happen, no names or I was never here.
You can roll a. Yeah, actually, you can roll a commerce for that. Nice, well
Damn,
done.
I'm hot rolling today.
Yeah, these are some damn good dice. So, Lethra says, "Of course, you are you are now a client of mine, and there comes power in withholding names."
Indeed, there is. Well, it was making his new bag of stuff, which we will handle later, and he will give him a bow and Injukari say, "Farewell, new established friend. I hope to meet you again soon."
Come back soon, as Lethra says with a viper smile on his face.
As Tarvok has his wolfish grin.
Can he even have those?
Like when he doesn't have his rest fur on, he still has like half of his mouth, like Harvey Dent style.
True.
And like that, and his that one patch of eye is his only remaining like fleshy bit.
Yeah, that's true.
He could wear a paper bag with an angry face on it.
Well, you're not. No, I still haven't gotten you your stuff from the store.
Yeah.
Behave, or you get
Hey,
nothing.
you didn't hear that.
But as Tarvok walks out, he kind of walks back to Rosalina and shows her the rosette.
How? What?
Unsure.
This place will be purged in fire one day. But for now, let's leave. Leave this area. Find what we're looking for. I don't think Morno can hear us anymore.
At this point, I go on my Vox relay and check and say, "Mono, are you doing okay?"
Cut to Morno doing 007 stuff in Kamara, way. No, she can't hear you.
Down.
Fair
Well,
enough.
Tarvok does have a Voxcaster, so it is more powerful.
But we're also in Kamara, where the rules of Vox don't apply.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So speaking of Morno, she is now going to have to do some, well, James Bond type stuff.
Is it bad
So-
that I immediately thought Crunk from The Emperor's New Groove and her just laying up against the wall going, "Bah."
Shh. God damn it.
You're a bite. So, Morino, as you walk around, you sort of fit within Drukari society, as most of the onlookers seem to be either male Drukari eyeing you up, and some of the women, some of the female ones too, but most of them only give you a small glance before moving on. As you arrive at the Void Port, and I use that term loosely, you can see, you can join in on the foot traffic that seems to be heading towards a main entrance. So, since you're in a crowd of people, I am now going to roll against the disguise special use. That was a dice falling to the floor, and I'm now going to see if your disguise holds up. Let's see. What did I roll there? Ah, there we go. Alright, so as you head inside, no one seems to be paying you any particular kind of attention, but you do see off to the side a row of hangars where a lot of the hovercraft of the Drukari are coming and going from, with small bridges leading across a narrow canyon. Oh,
I totally spaced there. I'm so sorry.
you okay?
Yeah, I'm alright. I just thought we were still on the scene with them. I'm so sorry. I spaced.
Oh, right. So,
No, it's totally my fault. I'm so sorry.
where did you space out?
They were talking about the Rosette.
All right. So, I'll just go over this really quickly.
I apologize again.
All right. So Morino entered into the main entranceway of the Void Port, along with the rest of the foot traffic. Inside, once she was inside, I tested against her disguise to see if it held up.
Oh, okay. I'm so sorry.
And once she was inside, she was in a main hallway with with a row of hangars on her left side, which are accessible by small bridges leading across a narrow canyon.
Okay, and then can I see what speeders there are there in the thing?
Roll me an awareness. Nice, well done. So, as you step towards the narrow canyon, you can see a large shoal of Reaver jet bikes. Does that work? What's the name for a group of jet bikes?
A gaggle.
Probably say
Squad.
A bunch.
a fleet. It'd be a fleet because they're vehicles, right? Like you call
Yeah.
a group of cars a.
What do you call a group of motorcycles?
I think it's a
A
fleet.
gang.
Ooh.
Actually, no,
A gang?
it
And
is the
actually,
gangs
it's
of
pretty
Kimura.
right. Yeah, that's exactly
Yeah.
what I was thinking.
Yeah, actually, in this place, and specifically for you, that would be the word that comes to mind. Man, I love language in 40k, it's great. So, you see a gang of Reaver jet bikes exiting from one of the back hangars and speeding along the narrow canyon as they all of them dodge past what appears to be a floating pleasure barge that seems to be heading back into dock.
Party boat.
Woo!
That's a cool boat.
That is a cool boat. In fact, you can see it as it moves further back into one of the last hangars. It seems that whatever is happening at the back is somehow a bit of a higher up in Camera.
Okay.
As you can
Yeah,
see,
the party boat I assume is like size like noticeably larger than like what a raider would be. Like this, we're
yes.
talking like a yacht compared to like a boat.
Yeah, this is like it is yacht sized, but considering it's actually, let's go 4 times larger than a raider.
Okay, yeah, that sounds right.
This damn thing
So
is a Tantalus.
yeah, it is a Tantalus. It's probably a double-decker Tantalus.
Probably. So, as you look around, you can see that there is, you notice a pattern to the row of hangars as you see them from here, with more of the quote unquote lower class of Camera, be they jet bike riding reverts or the hoverboard flying Hellions. Yeah.
All right, well, let's find a dealer, and I want a dealer for like the bigger one because we don't need Hellion. I think to myself, the idea of my monkey friends trying to ride Hellions is quite amusing. And then I look over at the bikes. Can't do that; they go too fast. Probably couldn't handle it. We probably should try to find like a Raider or a Venom. So I'm gonna try to look around for one of those and see if we can find a hangar that has any specifically. I mean, I would be looking for like, you know, like the Eldar equivalent. No, Morna's probably seen Raiders and Venoms. She knows what they are, so she'd be looking for those.
Oh yeah, they also wouldn't be riding Hellions. They would be riding the skyboards that Hellions ride.
You're right. They would be skyboards. We totally jumbled up our terminology.
Yeah. I'm sure there's some Dark Eldar players who are not happy with us right now, but hey.
And hopefully this makes it up too. Now they're not okay with this again, but anyway.
Right, so you're just trying to find someone to deal with.
Yeah, let's try to find a Venom. Let's try to see where we can find someone who's like where they've got Venoms or Raiders. And where is this? We know you said we were told where the arena was, right?
Yes, you have a pretty good idea. The void port is fairly close. In visual terms, it would be considered situated next to the witch cult arenas.
Okay, cool.
But in actual distances, it's quite far. But all of that distance can be covered with one of the flying craft of the Drukhari.
Fair enough. All right, so let's try to.
So roll for me an inquiry, and you can have a +10 on it, considering that these are your cousins.
I don't even know what to do.
You don't have inquiry, do you?
No.
No. Morno's not used to big crowds. She's more of the Lone Ranger. But
it's true.
You need to stop.
True. Sounds like a pun Morno would give.
Yeah.
I imagine as Morno gets more and more closer to the humans, she starts making more and more dad jokes.
Oh gosh. Okay.
So, as Morno walks around trying to find someone to give her instructions, she keeps getting snubbed, shall we say. Either the other Drukhari simply don't acknowledge her, or they hurl some abuse at her.
These people suck. This is like the biggest big city.
Yeah. What are you going to do? In fact, I'm going to give you some time to think it over as we jump back to the other group, who are Knight. I think we had finished back with Lethrus, right?
Meanwhile, with Volric. Hey, Riza, do you like play cards or anything? Looks at him awkwardly. Alright,
But yes.
Pulls out the Emperor's Tarot. Let's go.
Oh,
She has a dual disc.
Yeah.
Time.
That's what happened. So we learned what happened to Volric. He gets sent to the Shadow Realm. Got it. Still probably not as bad as Kamara, but
No, actually, he just came from the Shadow Realm to play some children's
God damn.
card game.
But anyway, yes, I finished up my business. I have everyone's new stuff in their bag. I handed the rosette to Rosalina to look at, and then took it back, and we are heading on our way.
Indeed. As you are busy walking, I do need to be right back because I need to go quickly to the bathroom. So,
Oh, he's pooping.
hey, shush. So,
Anyway.
while you're walking through the streets of Komora, this is going to take some time. You might want to talk amongst yourselves.
Uh-oh.
No.
Yeah, we're just gonna sit here silently.
Mhm.
But anyway.
I'm over get busy getting like the cold shoulder as city people are going like, what's wrong with you? You can't figure out your way around.
It's like I'm torturing here. I just gave a vial of the blood of Izumet to a collector in exchange for some nonsense. Fun stuff.
I can't believe that actually came into effect all these sessions later. You pull out that blood of Izumet and you're like, wow.
See, this is what. Here's the thing. I have an uncanny ability to. I can't remember the last wedding I went to, but I can definitely remember things that like Alexis burning down that shack in the middle of the desert. I don't know why.
I get you on that one.
I feel that. I feel that.
Also, I take good notes on my equipment. But yeah, so
Are you
yeah.
talking about the shack that had the random missile launcher in it?
No, it was the shack. There was
Shack
the big
where
house that had the
Kobayan
missile launcher.
died.
Shack was right.
Okay.
I remember the map vividly. The shack was right next by itself, but it was next to the building where the random missile launcher was.
Okay.
And it's also where we gave the keys to the repressor to a random tech for instance, like bring it back, please.
Hey, in all fairness, we did get that thing back.
Yeah, and also to be fair, that was a great Mad Max episode.
That was a great Mad Max episode. No, but back in character, I'm gonna look at White and just be like, "Oh, White, whatever your name is."
Wow.
Oof.
I can't.
Okay, Rosalina.
I'm not even mad.
I think it's Rossalinia.
Okay.
No,
If you really want to mispronounce it, you add in line.
Mm-hmm.
Back in character, though, I'm gonna look at him and I'm just gonna say, "So what is your story? How did you end up here? What were you before all of this?"
I'm curious how much of that you'll want to hear. He says with sort of a sly grin.
And what is that supposed to mean?
So he holds up his hand, sort of starts like, moving his fingers in a rhythm, like, as if you were tapping the table. And he says, "You see what I'm doing?
Yes.
I am doing this. Now, can you ever imagine, moving your fingers, but it's not you moving them?"
And she's gonna have her hand on her sword and just say, "Explain."
Well, simple. I spent many of my days simply residing in my own skin. The words that came from my throat were not my own. I wasn't the one moving my fingers, blinking my eyes, breathing the air. But then again, back then I didn't need the air.
Were you a penitent?
No. So, how should I word this to you? And he just, tell me, has anyone ever been in your head except you?
Thinks back to the time of Crimson.
I don't know that, but
Rosalina had a demon offer her family.
oh, right, that bit.
Yeah. Are you speaking of... Are you speaking of demons?
What? And he just sort of just nods affirmingly, kind of smugly.
I'm saving a heretic, am I?
No, I wouldn't. Well, it depends on your definition of heretic. I have no love for the creatures of the beyond. I'm simply saying that they have been quite a part of my life, let's say. You see, the planet that I was from, it has been caressed by the warp, if that's a way to put it. The people there, we don't need to eat, drink, or even breathe. And after sleeping each morning, sometimes you have to put your limbs back together. And day in, day out, the foul creatures of the warp would do battle across the planet, and sometimes people get caught in the crossfire in more ways than one. And for a time, one of these creatures found its way, well, inside myself.
And she's gonna draw her blade. You heretic.
Until... Hold on now, don't be so hasty. And just...
By the way, it's a Xeno sword she's carrying.
No. Now, I don't know for quite how long I had that creature within me. I don't... Honestly, memory-wise, it's all such a blur. And time was such a fickle thing back home. But the day came that I was able to force the creature from my skin. I was once again in control of my own self. I was free.
An exorcism.
And then... Oh, guess that's the word for it. And then, well, I was snatched up by these things and brought here. Except this time, instead of being a slave to my own skin, well, I've gone from a slave to myself, a slave to these things, and now apparently a slave to your large friend.
The tech priest, Tarvak. And at that, I'm going to switch off my comms really quickly. While Tarvak's inside in the middle of his negotiations.
So, tell me, seeing as how my flesh has housed the demon, are you going to call me a heretic?
Yes. Because that is exactly what you are.
Now, what are you going to do?
Bite my tongue for now. Because I need you.
I've been meaning to ask, is this a rescue or a capture?
You'll serve with the penitence again for your... Well, what has happened to you?
Once again, from one bondage to another?
And this doesn't affect you.
Frankly, you get such a different view on life after being, possessed. You sort of realize that you take things for granted, like, say, being able to move your own fingers. Frankly, whether being penitent, tortured by these aliens, or even having to serve you, it's more freedom than I've had for most of my days. Besides, with my luck, it won't last for long.
I'm gonna do something. Might get me in trouble here.
Uh-oh.
I'm back, by the way.
Are you?
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, babe.
Yeah,
Does White's character have a soul?
he does.
How tainted is it?
It doesn't look tainted as much as there's a chunk missing of it.
Okay. I'm gonna peer right at your soul.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
And I don't sense anything demonic about him anymore, right?
No, there is a slight taint, but there's nothing demonic about him.
And with that, I'm going to sheath my sword again and just say, for now, your heresies will go unpunished.
Now, tell me something. You're so eager to brand me as a heretic, but you're traveling with one of these creatures, though. I admit there is something different about her compared to these.
You talk of Marino.
Yes.
What do you know about heresy? What do you know about the customs and laws of the Imperium at large?
Admittedly, not much. Though all I have learned in my short time is that it has a very loose definition.
And what
Typically
do you know
made
of the
by...
Inquisition?
Not much aside of their symbol, and, well, they tend to be the ones defining heresy.
We walk a very fine line. Marino is an asset to me.
Huh. So it's just whatever's convenient. Is she another poor soul that you rescued? He does it with, like, making his quotations with his fingers.
Rosalina's going to think to herself for a second if she actually did put Marino on a path of slavery to the Inquisition. No. She is not in service to me. She moves and operates with me of her own free will.
And why would she do that? We have to venture to such a place as this with, well, a completely different species that the most of which would have her killed on sight.
And I'm just going to look at him and just say,
Yeah?
We all have our secrets, and I've told you mine.
Marino is an asset.
Hmm.
And I'm going to turn.
Can't spell asset without S.
Ha.
Burning the scene, Victor.
I know.
She looks out for me.
Now, how much does she look out for you?
And what do you mean by that?
I'm just saying, I don't know much about her kind, but they don't seem the most eager to be assets.
Learn thy enemy.
Huh. Now, are you saying that she's studying you, you're studying her, or both?
At this point, I'm not even sure. Maybe a little bit of both. But her rifle has proven to be useful to me. And so far, she has yet to turn it on me. Though, I don't think she would.
Now, why is that? What would stop her from ditching us right now?
She wouldn't do such a thing.
Why? Surely it wouldn't be difficult for her to find other human companions to learn from.
Marino isn't like that.
And how do you know?
Stayed a very long time with her. Let me rephrase that. We've worked together for a very long time.
Mm-hmm. Just work.
What are you implying?
So I'm just. All I'm saying is that she. How should I word this? Well, let's just say I have a feeling that this conversation is going to end up more offensive to you than telling me that I was possessed.
Choose your words wisely.
And
then-
with that,
No.
Tarvok exits
No.
out of the ship.
Me.
Why not?
Because this is good.
Yeah, but it's dragging a bit.
Fair.
Yeah. I was about to be all like, he just shrugs and leans back against the wall and shuts his mouth.
Yeah. So Tarvok exits with his haul.
So, shall we continue?
Tarvok, what in the Emperor's name did you get?
Quite a mini thing. We'll go over it later, but first we need. I will pass around the party favors later, but first we have a dance to arrive.
Very well.
Rosalina, you might want to, and he's gonna like mimic pulling up a strap.
And she's gonna look down at her, like, shirt revealing, like, a lot of her breast, and she's just gonna pull it up and hold her chest.
Not revealing much less, but yeah.
And she's gonna look over at Abraxas and just be like, you dick.
And this is why I removed mine. Now let's go.
And she's gonna quickly just clip on her earpiece.
Indeed. So, by the way, how dark is it? Like, I know this is a dumb question, but like, how dark is the alley we're in? Like, is it? Can I just do an awareness test to make sure like there's nobody like watching us?
Yeah.
Or, like we're not being followed.
You can make an awareness test. Damn, that was actually.
I mean, I've been hot rolling all night, so.
That's true. You made it, but you only made it by 3 degrees of success.
I mean,
So, with only those 3, you look around. You don't see anyone. However, your optical mechadendrite points up, if up means anything in this place, and it spots.
Flat Earthers be damned.
Yeah. Look. If the Earth is flat, explain camera.
all right. So carry on about your non-Euclidean.
Right. Yes, of course. As you look up, you see a spike protruding up from one of the towers.
Wait, what? A spike in Kamara? Well,
Yes.
Omnisci be damned.
The spike is not the important part. It's the thing that's sitting on it that is. It is one of those feathered freaks that you saw earlier.
Oh boy.
Now, is it a feathered freak or the feathered freak?
Hard to tell. You're gonna have to roll a scrutiny on that one.
I'll scrutinize the hell out of it. Probably not. My scrutiny is not something I'm very good at. I stand corrected.
You stand corrected. No. This thing seems to have different colorings for its feathers. Whatever this is, it's not the same thing that you saw earlier, but it has spotted you and the others.
Now, is it specifically watching us, or is it just kind of like looking around?
It is not looking around. Its head is pointed down in your general direction.
God, I wish I had a silencer. And I look to Rosalina and say, up there on one of the spikes, there's one of those feathered creatures looking at us. Can I roll a cop like Forbidden Lord card to tell me what the hell that thing is?
Yes, you can.
Where, Tarvok?
Hold on. accidentally clicked a tick. Oop.
Yes, you can. I'm actually. This deserves book knowledge, but I need to open up the book first and turn on the light. I probably should have it on.
Oh,
Here we
focus
go.
done.
About. Kill the enemy with him. Kill the enemy with them. In, out. Shake it all about. Here we go. Dark Eldar. Where is... Here it is. Here we go. Sailing into battle on flesh-crafted wings, crafted to them by homunculi. Scourges are assassins and messengers of the Cabals, able to gain access to areas others cannot. In Dark Elder society, Scourges occupy a vital role, carrying missives between factions. It is said that killing a Scourge is a serious crime in Kamara. On the battlefield, Scourges are deadly sights to behold. Dropping in from on high, they bring a remarkably powerful array of infantry weapons against a foe, and can quickly disrupt an enemy's line. Scourges are found with many raiding parties, and are often encountered by acolytes as advanced scouts of a Dark Eldar force. So there you go. Turns out these damn things are the messengers in Dark Eldar society.
Uh-oh. Hmm.
Hello?
I'm assuming that he said that to us.
I mean, you. Who?
Yeah,
She did ask, didn't she?
I said I couldn't see it.
Can't
well,
see it.
you know, Tarvok is known for spitting out random bits of information.
Alright, so you cast fill in. Got it.
I cast it, and I put my finger on like Rosalina's chin to kind of point her up to the direction I was looking at.
What the hell? Alright. So a messenger spotted us. Do you think it's detected what we are yet?
Probably.
Morno, can you... Oh, damn.
I don't think I don't think I'm
No,
there, am I?
no. The idea is that you're not there.
Oh, okay, I'm so sorry. No, I'm too attentive.
Oh,
I love you, Riley.
I just like randomly somewhere Mario just suddenly perks up like, huh?
So it might not know what we are, but it would be foolish to assume that our cover's not blown. We should make haste.
Very well. Let's move quicker.
Agreed.
And at this point, Tarvok you'll see like little lights appear on the handles on his bookcase.
And the three of you grab a hold.
The five of us.
5?
The three of us plus Aubrey plus Theta 01.
Oh, I
Wait,
keep
is Theta
forgetting.
01 with us?
It's he doesn't get enough attention, so it's not really. I'm not even sure. Victor, yeah or nay? We'll just say nay.
Do you want him to have stayed back at Farnov's Manor?
Or
Yeah,
with
he'll be on
Riza to protect her?
Yeah. Let's say that you kept behind
Yeah,
everyone except Aubrey. Yeah. Everyone except Aubrey went through the doorway.
Protect the monkey
Yeah.
and Riza.
Yeah. That works. So
Which I mean, all he can do is detonate all the ordnance that he has on him.
So, goddamn. So I said the three of you grab on because
Four of us.
Tarvok doesn't grab on by himself.
Aubrey's there.
I'm sorry.
Wait.
I'm screwing with you, Victor. Let's go.
God damn it.
Tarvok holds onto his crotch.
Now you get why I was laughing.
You dumb.
Yeah, I am.
You
walk. Let's go.
all right.
But no, we are. I'm not like bootlegging it, but I'm moving at a expanded pace.
Right. moving faster through the Dark City, Tarvok is able to pick up the pace, and you ascend and descend, then descend again as you head through the various terraces of the Dark City.
Good lord,
And
is there a great glass elevator in there?
nope, sure isn't. But after an indeterminate amount of time, who's keeping track, you arrive at the end of your destination, and the first thing to strike you is the fetid smell. There's something rotten in this part of Kamara.
That is smell.
Okay.
Do you wish to roll an awareness to figure it out?
I will.
Yes. Can I roll tech use instead for sure there's no make sure it's not
Well, Brox has kind of figured it out, and wow,
Ha, get wrecked, nerd.
damn.
You did, in fact, get wrecked just there.
You know, I feel like some gear just disappeared.
I outsmelled you.
Well, as Tarvok picks up his auspex to try and analyze what kind of residue is in the air, Abraxas sniffs the air and realizes that this is rotten flesh.
The telltale stench of death is in the air. And he turns and he sees, like, Tarvok fiddling with his auspex and just says, looks like there's some things you can't replace.
So,
Let's keep moving, Tarvok. This smell is killing me. And I can't exactly put on my rebreather.
Analyzing. Negative. This smell will not inflict a fatal incident.
non-lethal smells. Gotta love it. So,
Left.
so as we jump cut back towards Morino, who is busy trying to figure something out, Mope, do you
Yes.
have a new plan of action?
A new plan of action. I can try a commerce test.
You
I have that
could.
trained.
That is true. So, well, that's the thing, though.
Can I try an awareness test just to find a raider?
You can, or roll me an awareness to see if you can spot one.
I get extra degrees.
Woo. Let me see. Yeah, you made it. So, let me check something. There we go. So,
And they're
As you-
still not at the arena yet, right? So
No.
I still can't contact them. Okay.
no, you're going to have to. Well, you're going to have to play this one by ear. Pointy ear. So, as you look around, you can see behind the midpoint of the rows of hangars, you can see a large number of venoms and raiders all sat docked next to each other. So it seems like that is where you'd want to go.
How defended does it look?
The small bridge to enter that hangar, not very,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
from the but inside the hangar itself, you can see that there are what appear to be heavily armored and spiked Drukari walking about on patrol.
Great. How many are we talking though? Like, are we talking like one walking around right now, or can I see like one at a time, or can I see like a dozen at a time?
Let me see how many you spotted with your awareness. From where you are standing, you have spotted 6 so far, but there may be more.
Holy crap.
They are spread out, so they are not guarding any single craft.
I still think we could break in.
Well, remember that you are very, very sneaky.
Yeah, that's actually what I'm... Oh yeah, I could do that. Let's actually try to sneak and see if we can sneak aboard.
You a sneaky
Now
git.
I get what you were talking about. You're like, Mora, are you coming up with another plan over there?
Oh yeah, that thing that you've become famous and known for in the Warband? Yeah, try that.
Hey, look, I did it. I'm gonna sneak aboard the boat.
Alright.
Jesus Christ! How many degrees of success is that?
I
All
don't
of
That's a
it.
lot.
know.
That's a lot.
It is precisely all of them.
And that's not counting in her chameleon cloak, because she's not wearing that right now.
Oh my god, it's like 11. Oh no, it's not. It's only like 9.
Yeah, so that was. I'm not gonna lie. I did not make it because holy crap, I would have had to crit in order to win against that because
Yeah.
there is not an individual in this hangar bay with high enough awareness.
That's so funny.
That was an insane roll. Whew. So, as Morino blends in among her wayward kin, shall we say,
Spiky kid.
spiky kin. That just sounds wrong.
Spiking.
Spikin. As she does so, she is able to cross the small bridge leading to one of the hangar bays, and none of the heavily armed and spiked guards seem to pay her much attention. They simply let her pass as she walks along and reaches the back of the hangar, where the patrolling guards don't seem to be as interested in. They seem to be spread further along the front than anything else.
So is the plan for me to steal this thing? No, I should wait for them. I should wait for them to do the break, and then they're gonna come here. They're gonna tell me when they do the break. I'll probably hear about it, and that's when I steal the thing. So I'm just gonna find a place on this thing to hide.
All right, I'm going to say that the stealth roll that you did make with this is enough for you to find a hiding place on one of the raiders. And with that, we head back. Beneath the witch cult arenas, the rest of the warband is still walking along, attempting to find an entrance into the lower halls of the arena. However, the first thing that you find appears to be a sluice gate of some description, but it is no mere sewage that is running through this gate, but what appears to be blood, meat, and bone.
Lovely. If we could find another entrance, that would be terrific.
Just like home.
And I'm just going to turn to you and just give you the dirtiest look in the world.
Just gonna sit there all smug.
And as you're having this, Tarvok will hold up his demolition kit.
No, Tarvok, that would... Not yet. But... might not be a bad idea for a triggered escape. Make them think that there's a blast happening across the arena.
Yes.
Set it up.
Well, he says, as we continue, I will find out a place to put it.
No, she was thinking you would put it here as
Yeah.
a distraction.
Oh, okay. And at this, all right. So I will set up the demolition kit. Is there a role for that, or I think tech
Yes.
use is
It is tech use.
an onset of type 2 demolition.
Oh, I will assist you in tech use.
So that's a plus 20.
I believe so.
I
Yeah.
give you +10, and you have the servo thingy.
Yeah, I have so many different types of combat tool on me. It's not even funny. Oh,
Oh,
What?
Damn.
that is a crit. Holy crap! This is going to have an effect.
We have
Best
ascended.
escape plan ever. Tarbuck's gonna rip freaking reality with this one. I love it.
Oh.
I love it. All right.
and that's on 1 to 100.
Uh-huh.
Damn.
That is an automatic success with 11 degrees.
Actually, more than that because of unnatural intelligence.
So 12.
All right, well, guys, I'm gonna have to leave. I'm going to the casino. Oh wait, we don't have them in Alabama. Never mind.
That's your luck.
Yeah, why would you want to go to a casino now? It's probably going to blow up
Jeez.
with you having spent your luck like this.
Yeah, that's true. So, but yeah, so Starbuck like puts all of his hands, arms, and like servos into setting up the demolition charge, and I will let Victor hold that card in his pocket for whenever.
Mm-hmm. So,
Tarvak, don't you
With-
think that's a bit excessive?
He looks at you and says, "I think excessive is needed in a place like this." And you see him like scanning your outfit.
You better not be taking pictures of this.
Of course not. He laughs as he downloads the recordings because the video is technically not a pic record. But no, actually, hold on, I got this. He says, "Of course not. I would never." And he's going to. Damn.
oh, so close.
You know what?
roll scrutiny against the fellowship.
Oh my god.
Hang on. It's perception, fellowship.
Nope.
Oh my god.
Good.
Did I just out fellowship Rosalina?
You just did.
And Tarbak's like, "Of course, I would never take pictures of you. That would be increasingly scandalous and detrimental."
As she turns around and has the battle thong still on.
Anyway,
So, as you move further along the base of the arenas, you find what appears to be an entrance of some sort. Outside, you can see stacks of what appear to be cages and other Jakari moving about. They seem dressed in a similar manner as Anodar, but these have a myriad of beasts from all across the galaxy, and I need Tarvak to roll his Lore Xenos.
oh, okay.
God, please don't have Tyranids.
Oh boy.
Sorry, I have a lot of. So just now. It's not worth re-rolling
No.
because I can, like.
Wait, don't you get a free lore reroll? Oh wait, no, you don't actually have this one.
No, I don't. That's why I don't think That's why I didn't spend the fate point to pass it, because I don't think I can with. No, I can, but you get my point.
Yeah, you can, but it's not really worth it.
No, not right now.
Well,
But I kind of want to save it for commerce.
in any case, one of them appears to be a large, some sort of mantis-like creature that seems to be pushing up against its bars in a feeble attempt to get out. The other is a large felid, meaning it's just a cat, purple in fact, and one of the cages, just to name a few, just has a swath of tentacles writhing out of it. Whatever is inside is obscured behind.
Now there's a certain species I'm looking for.
Oh,
It's a bipedal, generally standing from about 5 foot to 8 foot at most. 2 eyes, 2 ears, 1 nose. Goes by the name Human.
No humans there.
In the cages, at least.
No, this seems to be something else. Whatever this is for the non-slaves. And I will... give me one moment, I need to refresh my drink. Because I'm all out.
What deadly menagerie have we found ourselves into? Fascinating, isn't it?
No, it's something that I don't want to deal with.
Then you come to the wrong place.
We need to find another way in. Marno's probably secured us a vessel at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I hope so. I would ill like to think what it would if she got captured. Ugh.
I trust that she's found something and is unharmed.
I would believe that. I trust in her abilities. And at this point, looks around. So we need to find us a way. This seems to be where the bestiaries are kept. We need to find the sleep pens. Problem is, we can't kidnap and torture someone because they get off on it. Getting information out of them would be damn near.
I have returned.
If we
Victor,
found the Beastmaster, I can potentially control him and force him to unleash all of his creatures all at once. Another layer of distraction so that we can get out.
Clever.
It might also get us found out, killed, and tortured. Not necessarily in that.
Regardless, we have an alternative.
He nods.
Now, let's find another way.
I can only make so many entrances for you.
Oh, wait, was that the actual entrance? Yeah, we can enter through there.
Like, you've already gotten 2.
No, I thought that was just something we stumbled upon.
No, like, this is where they're... Like, I said it was an entrance, but there were cages of beasts around.
Oh, yeah, we could just slip past them.
Alright.
I mean, they're all in cages.
True, but there's also Drukhari around.
Alright. Tarvok, send one of your rats. Try to find us a clear path. I have an idea. And I'm gonna... I'm gonna spend one of my fate points.
Yeah.
Wait, do I have to roll stealth against agility or against perception?
It's against agility.
Okay.
There's a talent that allows you to roll it against...
Damn. Well, it's better.
I need to roll against that. Let's see.
Please fail.
Um,
I'm gonna. It's not a pass test. I can't put a fate point into it to pass.
what's your agility?
45.
His is 44, but we're going by bonus this time, so it's equal. He wins by 1 because he rolled lower. Damn. Had he rolled the exact... Had I rolled 1 higher, this would have been a literal tie. I don't think I've ever had one of those before.
Well, I'm gonna assume that we get out of the tunnel really quickly, and I was the first to come out. And I try to dart behind something.
Right. So, as you, oh, this is actually going to be perfect. As you duck in between a row of cages, you try to get out of line of sight so that none of the Beastmasters can see you. But I need you to roll on awareness with a -10 in your haste.
Come on, Rosalina. Please pass something!
So, in comes, from one of the cages, a clawed paw is reaches out to you in an attempt to scratch you, and I need you to roll a dodge.
Can I pass something?
Oh boy, here we go. I'm gonna roll. Actually, wait a minute. Is your force field?
Technically, yes.
Yeah.
Wait, so isn't your force field the
My force field actually does block it.
Yeah, it does.
Which also makes a really, really bright light.
Is that the conversion field, or is that something else?
It's not a conversion field, but every time the Rosarius is described, it is a white light.
You mean the icon of the just?
Oh, yeah, I have an icon of the just.
It's not a conversion field.
Yeah.
I don't know what the description for that thing is. It doesn't have the same
block. High roll, it has a flash?
Roll d10. Let's see if it...
It does not.
It does not. Interesting. So, as the paw reaches out to scratch you, it is met with an invisible force field, as no matter how hard it pushes, can't get through. And as you walk away, as you step back from the cage, you can see that there's some sort of it seems to be a purple felid with stripes.
And I'm gonna pull out part of my ration pack that I had still left over, and I'm gonna pull out one of the pieces of fish and just throw it so the cat can eat it on the other side of the cage. Conveniently having fish-flavored ration packs.
Yeah.
For anybody watching, here it is. My where are you? Fish-flavored ration packs.
Heck yeah.
So anytime anybody thinks that's a stupid thing to roleplay, they don't know these things. Like, yeah. Also, Rosalina has been keeping a lot of her stuff in those gigantic legging armors. Like, that's where she's actually hiding her icon.
So,
Okay.
as you do that and turn about to keep moving, you see appearing from one of the from behind one of the corners of one of the cages. You see one of the shamanistic Drukhari, as he starts talking to you in his spiteful language.
Translate.
Tarvok?
Yeah, I was waiting for you to tell me what to roll.
Linguistics Drukhari.
I am also gonna... Actually... Because I can roll this right now. Yay! So,
can you change
hang
that
on.
to Eldari?
I will, but I'm using linguistics to match the accent of the Dark Eldar.
Fair enough. So you Tarvok quickly translates the thing and sends it to your microbead. As you hear him say, "What are you doing here? This is not the entrance for the witch cults."
Oh, my, I just wanted to see the beasties you had.
Roll for me a deceive.
Seriously. I'm gonna re-roll this.
Oh,
All right. Whew. All right.
Down to 1.
Let's have him roll scrutiny. His fellowship is actually not that high. Well,
Boy.
doesn't matter. Actually, wait a minute. Hold up. Does he actually get the -20 for trying to read you because you're not Dark Eldar?
I would say that my, extremely pale flesh and disguise... Actually, you know what? I'll roll disguise if he...
No. This guy still holds. Just need to roll to see if he spots it.
Oh, crap.
Hold on. I need to roll his awareness. Let's see. Can he see through it? He does not.
Yes. Okay.
So,
I have 2 degrees, he has 2, and I have a higher target.
yes. No, wait. You have 2. He has 3. Because
Oh,
it's
yeah.
+1. Do you want to spend a fate point to match him and win?
You know what? I'm gonna risk it and say no, because I have 1 fate point left.
Well, that means you lose, so... He says, wait, what is this? The witch cult's never... you should be busy. You should be busy getting ready for the with the pre-battle rituals. What is this? Hold on.
Tarmon's gonna step in at this point and say,
You might not want to say anything.
I mean, okay, fine, go ahead.
Just because you're gigantic and disguised as a rat.
Okay, go ahead.
This is your move. You're gonna have to act fast before he keeps going.
The rituals, they bored me. Yes, that's what they did. And I got curious. I wanted to see the masters behind the beasts. And I can see that they are well trained.
Roll for me a deceive with the -10.
Please, Rosalina, please pass. God damn it.
Last fate point. Well, hold on. Let me roll his scrutiny first.
Come on, just roll low.
He doesn't. Wait, hold on.
It's
You
again
fail with
3 to 3.
Yeah, no, it's actually 4 to 4. But you have higher fellowship, which means you win.
Okay.
Because he only has 35 fellowship, and yours is higher. So you win on a technicality. Be thankful.
A technical victory is still a victory, damn it. Alright, what does he say?
So he says, None of this should be unusual to you. Get back to your cult. I'm sure they will have your hide if you do not show up on time.
Of course. Yes, of course. And I'm gonna look for the door really quickly.
Yeah, you can see it.
Okay, good. Good.
It's right behind him.
And I'm going to walk out the door and just the second I go to leave, I'm gonna turn to him and say, I look forward to what your little beasts can do.
Roll linguistics for me. 'Cause you may have misspoken.
uh-oh.
Whew. barely made it.
And I'm going to say Tarvak now.
The
He wants to
Beastmaster, gives you what you take for a frown.
Uh-oh.
And as we begin moving our way, Tarvak is going to be shaking his head in utter disappointment.
So, you've entered through the beast entrance. Inside, you can see ramps and elevators all about.
I think I used the restroom. This might be relevant.
It's okay. You'll be fine for now.
Okay.
Okay.
All around you, you see lifts and elevators, either being loaded or being unloaded of empty cages, as they seem to be, as the Drukhari are busying themselves. You can see what appeared to be slave creatures to the Drukhari moving the cages about, the Beastmasters giving ample motivation to all. It is a mixed bunch in here. You see the various bipedal creatures of the universe, be they human, Tau, crude. There's even a Vespit, though he seems to have someone seems to have clipped his wings off.
Good.
Eesh.
Do I see any type of... Actually, I'm going to look at those humans in the cage really quickly as I...
No, they're moving the cages.
Alright, so as I walk past, I'm just going to take a quick note of them.
All right. Looking for anything specific?
I'm looking for the Inquisitor.
No, you do not recognize any one of them. You do not recognize the Inquisitor among the slave labor.
Okay.
Wherever she is, this isn't. It's not here.
Is there a... I don't know what to call it, but the thing that hangs over a stadium to look down where VIPs sit?
Boxes?
Yeah.
You can't see them from here. It's not. This place is not open to the arena above.
Okay. Do I know where the witch cult is?
No, you do not.
Damn. I am going to roll a navigate surface to try to figure out where it is based on where people are going.
All right. Roll for me. Well done. You can see on the either side of this room, there are stairways leading up. To the left, you can tell that you can see that some of the Beastmasters are coming and going. On the other side, you see no one.
Okay. That must be where they go. Tarvak, I need to split up from you here.
Rosalina, you barely made it past the Beastmaster with intact. Are you sure this is a wise idea?
Nothing about this is a wise idea. Look where we are.
He will put a hand to his face and say, You're the interrogator. I am to follow you. I will follow your instructions.
Your disguise is that of a beast.
And yet that has not stopped me yet.
Find the interrogator. Find the Inquisitor.
What about Abraxas, though?
Yeah, I'm not too sure what I'm gonna be up to.
Yeah, he could try to hide here, but...
Because thing is, I think I'm the only person in the party that doesn't speak any Eldari whatsoever.
That is true.
Abraxas, go push a cage.
Push. Okay.
Well, that's the thing, though. Is he not disguised?
He's still
figured
human. There's humans
Yeah,
pushing
but-
cages.
Yeah, but he looks different. He's wearing Drakari clothing. And I think you even distributed prosthetic ears.
I do recall that.
Yeah, so for all intents and purposes, Abraxas and you look like Drakari right now.
Oh, okay. Abraxas, come with me.
Alright.
Don't enter the witch cult. We will wait outside.
Seems wise.
Maybe the Emperor will watch over us in here.
Hmm.
So,
And Rosalina's gonna say a prayer to herself.
I was just gonna sit and watch essentially, then just look out around.
So, as Rosalina and Abraxas head up the right staircase, they find themselves in a maze of hallways that lead to and fro. It is a devil to navigate in this place, but as you walk about, you find what appears to be a locked door leading to another section.
I'm gonna pull out a small, little tiny piece of knife. And I am going to try to open it.
So, well done, actually. Well, that's actually way better than I thought she had. So, as Rosalina sticks the knife into the lock, she tumbles it about, and with a satisfying clunk, she can hear the lock opening up. As she opens the door behind her, as she opens the door in front of her, inside she can see rows upon rows of bars spread about in circular, set about in circular holding cells. As she can see a plethora of humans and Xenos, all lying, sitting around the edges of the cells, a look of abject misery and hopelessness about them. Some of them look over, while others, too lost, simply keep staring at the floor.
Hmm.
Find that woman.
Must admit, I didn't get the best look at her herself.
Do I have a picture of her on my data slate?
Do you have your data slate?
Oh crap, I don't.
Yeah,
Yeah, you keep forgetting that you're not, you don't have pockets.
I have leggings.
I was gonna say there's some prison pockets there.
God damn it.
Pretty sure data slate doesn't
Look,
fit.
I don't know how much you guys have ever hidden in your boot, but I can hide a lot in my boot.
Data slates. But yeah. Actually, you could have, actually didn't? I'm pretty sure that Tarvok showed Abraxas a picture of the Inquisitor.
I think
I
you
did.
just showed.
I showed you the
Yeah.
hologram.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I literally have TV in my hands, y'all.
Oh yeah, I think I just noticed the symbol on her. That's okay. Never mind.
Well, yeah, you saw the symbol on her, and you saw the woman, but then again, you didn't recognize the woman because you had no idea who she was. But as soon as you saw the picture of her,
Yeah. Two and two
flashed
together.
to you.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So,
We're all on the same.
same page has been acquired. So,
Okay.
yeah, if the two of you wish to go look around into the cages, the both of you can roll for me an awareness test.
Gotcha.
See if you can find her. All right, that's good. No.
Get wrecked, nerd.
So, as Rosalina moves from cage to cage, examining its occupants. Abraxas heads further back into this dreadful holding cell. And he sees what appears to be a spiked door. This one seems more. This one seems somehow more menacing than the holding cells behind you. It is not as open as the others. It looks closer to a prison cell than anything else. And in the darkness of this cell, you can see what appears to be a red-headed woman in a torn dark green body glove, sitting up against one of the walls.
Is Rosalina still within sight of me?
Yeah, you can see her.
I assume the
Alright.
people in the cages are like moving away from me.
Some of them, but most of them don't even move.
I try to like signal over her to, to get over here.
And I will walk over.
Indeed.
And sort of silently pointing to the cage.
Farnov.
So, as soon as you say that name, the red-headed woman lifts her head and looks over to the cell door. She stands up and walks closer. I actually need to roll something for her. Let's see. Alrighty. I actually, real quick, I need to see what her target was. It was plus that. So, oh damn. Okay, that was way higher than I thought it was. Alright, so she stands up, walks over to the cell door, and gets a good look at you two, and says, "What is this joke?"
And I'm going to look at Abraxas and look back and just say, "Are you Inquisitor Farnov?" And I'm saying it in, like, clear low Gothic.
The Inquisitor takes a closer look at you and says, "Oh, by the throne, how did you get in here?"
How is not important. Verify your identification.
I don't have to do anything. I am an Imperial Inquisitor, and you will answer my questions.
Well, you're behind bars. Ask away.
For all I know, you could be some puppet of the Drukhari that they put in makeup and dressed up. Tell me how you got here.
Don't even want to know my name. Interesting.
We'll get to that.
Well, as you can see, I moved through them. A little bit of lying, a little bit of stealing, but it was all under orders to rescue you.
You did not answer the question satisfactorily, but to humor you, who gave those orders?
Inquisitor Hunt.
That old dog. So, what is Hunt up to these days?
Presently, searching for you.
I see. In that case, who are you?
I'm Interrogator Rosalina Lockwood.
Hold on. I need to reference my source. She looks back into the darkness of the cell. In the pitch blackness, she calls into the pitch blackness at the back and says, "Lynn, I need you to confirm who these people are."
There's another person in there.
From the darkness of the cell, you see a petite-looking woman. She seems dressed in imperial robes. Her blonde hair smudged from lack of hygiene, but she seems to be handsome. She seems to be fairly handsome, as you can see her. Well, I say handsome, but
Burn the character. Restarting.
what?
Victor, Pretty.
Fairly attractive, got it.
Anyway,
Or
moving
very
on.
attractive, just in a disgusting state right now, but still attractive through it.
My bad. The word came out wrong. I went for a synonym, trying to be fancy, but I failed.
No,
We
it's
yell at
okay.
you.
I know that's what the case was.
Right.
But I still didn't like it.
My bad.
It's
I'll read.
okay.
I'll take that
okay.
back.
I'm not gonna hold it against you.
I will.
God damn it. Under the smudges, she seems to have. You can see the shape of a pretty face, although her large eyeglasses.
I don't even think I'd have them, honestly. Like, would the Dark Eldar have even let me keep them? I'd imagine they'd either be broken or...
Let's just say that there's a. Let's just say that there's a fracture in them on one of the sides.
Sure, so I've got a little bit left.
Yeah.
It's okay, I have blind fighting.
So.
Oh.
So, Lynn, can you confirm?
Okie dokie. Victor, I'm gonna fate point automatically succeed on a Forbidden Lore Inquisition.
Indeed, and what a success it is. So, Lynn is going to. She's going to spout off Rosalina's current service record.
I'll go ahead and start spouting off Tarvox, too.
That's quite enough.
As soon as you say that, I'll start up on Tarvox, just like going through it, like starting with the station you were at, going into about it. I'll even mention your dog.
Well, Tarvok isn't here with me.
Well,
Oh,
no,
he's
but
not?
well, no, she's not. But you could. Well, that's the thing. As soon as Rosalina tells Lynn to stop spouting her information, she simply starts going into your acolytes.
Yeah.
Even some which are no longer with you, and she goes far back.
Like Warlock and Brecht and
That-
Harold.
Even she even mentions Valdez Oberon. Yeah.
Which is
And my recollection is quite perfect.
Yes, you know me. Good.
Excellent. Oh, forgive me. I've been using her as a reference point. The Drukhari are up to no good. I can smell it. So,
Mike.
I'll state, I can also smell it.
Regardless, we need to get you out of here.
yes, that's true. How are you going to get me out? If, in case you didn't, she asks how you're going to get her out, but once again she presses the question, but how did you get in here?
You are the order of the... You are an Inquisitor, and thus I have to answer you. I got in through your technology. Your same way in.
Oh, you got through my doorway. Oh, the folly of man never ceases to end. Not even
Can I
for
make
me.
a logic?
A logic?
Yeah, just to figure out that they're stuck too.
Oh no, you would have known this. You
Alright,
actually
well,
don't need to know the logic because you helped Farnov set up the gate.
Wait, does Lynn
fair
know
enough,
about...
sorry.
Does Lynn start spouting stuff about Morno?
Oh yeah, of course I would. I would literally start spouting stuff. I'd talk about how like you weren't in service to Aristide anymore and how you switched over to Captain Pegasus. How Thalia Polonia left your service to get married to the rogue trader. How he traded Morno for her.
When I get back, I need to make another trip to the Ordo Redactus.
Love this. Do I hear this on the microbeat?
You do. You are close enough.
I'm gonna look at Rosaline and say, unfortunately, as long as I'm around, that record is permanent.
Makes me glad I'm new.
And as long as enough of the administratum still exists, yeah, so will that. And the actually inquisitorial records, but they need to be filed. So,
But
Farnov leans up against the cell, making doubly sure not to press into any of the spikes. So, tell me, Rosalina, has any of this felt a bit easy? As though you can't quite believe you made it this far.
and my eyes are going to get widened at that point and look over and just be like, yes.
Ah, it was as I feared. Nothing escapes Vect's eyes in his city. Not even the Inquisition. Not even when they foolishly don't intend to enter it. So, shall we assume that whatever plan we have is currently being observed?
Are you telling me the Dukari somehow figured out my entire plan of escape?
Not necessarily, but if they figured out what you were doing and what your target was, she eyes herself, looks down on herself, which sounds strange, and looks back at you and says, if we are to assume that the Drukari have eyes everywhere, and I'm sure you were spotted on the way here, you wouldn't look the way you do without someone finding out. I will say this. If you have a plan, execute it quickly. The less time we give the Drukari to plot and scheme, the more advantage we have.
Of course.
So, what is the plan?
I'm going to get you out of this cage first. And then we're going to get out of here.
Farnov steps back.
I'm going to take up my one sword. Because I had it drawn the entire time. I'm going to switch it to my left hand, and I'm going to reach into the legging and pull out my force knife.
Okay.
How tough is this lock?
As you... are you asking that out loud, or are you asking me?
I'm asking you.
Well, as you examine the door further, you hit quite the conundrum, as there is no lock.
Is the door open? This is an ambush.
Oh. Right. There's a slight issue that you've run into. She points to a malformed-looking part of one of the bars on the cell. It has spikes protruding from almost every direction. She knocks on the back of it and says, This is a bloodlock. The person that locked it is the only one who can open it. But I'm sure you'll be able to get past that.
Any ideas?
Well,
You do have a force knife.
could just break it. I do have a
True.
force knife.
I might set off some alarms.
Yeah, it might.
Is there still a door frame?
No, it seems to be somehow melded into the walls around it.
I can't get this open without breaking it. Breaking it'll lead to an alarm. Abraxas, cover the door. Not
Yes,
this one,
ma'am.
that one.
You know this bolts over there. Damn it, John.
Do I know Abraxas, Victor?
Nope, he is. He's a nobody.
Yeah, I'll pass that on to Farnov. Haven't heard of that one. He's not in the record.
That makes him dangerous. You there, white-haired boy.
Damn.
There is very little else to
In the
identify.
Grim
Okay.
Darkness of the 41st Millennium, there's only racism.
I'm
Right
genuinely laughing really hard. It was really funny not to be imagining you as... Well, anyway.
Okay, so he'll stop short of walking to the door and just be like, yes?
Who are you?
Well, simple. My name is Abraxas Ram, and... Well, the rest you'll have to find out on your own.
I plan to, but once we're out. So,
Can I make an obscure lore administratum to find it or to see if I know his record?
if you notice what? Sorry?
If I know any records on him based on the name of Abraxas?
Yeah, you can attempt that. You, unfortunately, you have a lot of information, but if you are correct, this man is not from Segmentum Obscurus.
I see.
Okay, sorry about that.
I love this. There's nothing about this I don't love.
Except for the fact they're uncommon.
Even
Okay.
still,
So, have we come up with a plan to get them out?
Not really.
Alright then.
I might have some ways. If I could get over to the cage and study it, I might be able to figure out a workaround. I have a few talents that might help me out there.
Yeah, it's true. Do you call Tarbak?
I'm actually debating this.
My current equipment is disgusting, dishattered shirt I've been wearing for 3 weeks, and the shattered, disheveled pants I've been wearing for 3 weeks.
Oof.
Damn. Tarfak, I'm staring at a lock. It's sealed by some Dukari tech. Requires blood to open it.
BRB.
Would you
I'm gonna-
like me to?
Yes. I am gonna need you to come over here. I can get the cage open. That's no problem.
But if I'm not able to undo the lock, I might be able to disable the security system on it.
Do you understand this kind of blasphemous tech?
I certainly can try. Again, the technology. One must use the technology of our enemy in order to defeat them. To understand them is to know them, and to know them is to know how to kill them. It is why we have been successful throughout the years, Rosalina. With my mind for the occult and the Xeno, and your purity and faith, we have been able to overcome. There is a balance. You have kept me away from the darkest abyss of which I cannot return, and in exchange I have given you gifts beyond what is allowed by the Imperium.
And at that saying, I'm just going to think to myself, but I want the audience to hear this for the record and everything. The darkest abyss. We're literally in Kamara. Purity and faith. She's covered in Dukari technology. She's covered in a Dukari body glove. In the Dark City with a Xenos weapon. Purity is not a word that I would use for myself anymore.
Do you still hold faith in the God Emperor? That he is the true master? Do you believe that it is mankind's right to exist and to rule the galaxy?
And at that, Rosalina's just going to be silent.
Ah. Some would call your thoughts blasphemous, but the relationship with humanity and the Eldari is possible. Look at previous records of the Imperium. The Jakaro, the Squats. There's not
Squats are human.
Yeah, but they're still like, yeah, I know. I guess I could have said Ogren, but no, like abhumans, Jakaro, things of that nature. The Imperium has not. The idea of the Imperium allying with the Eldar is not, and so out of the range of possibility that it's unthinkable. Also, Victor, I'm heading over to the cages.
Yes, of course. So, while Rosalina is having this conversation with Torok, he finally arrives in front of the cell door.
Tarvok, did you encounter any resistance?
Does Lynn start spouting info again?
Yeah, when I see him, I'll be very impressed. I'll say, Arc Fabricator Beltavarius Tarvok. You own the foundry on, it's Solium where your foundry is, right?
It is.
That's where I'm gonna open up, and then I'm gonna go on to your ship. And then I'm gonna talk about your dealings with, oh my gosh, what's his name? He was your arch enemy.
Halbrol.
Halbrol?
Yeah, we'll start talking about the Halbrol brothers.
And at this point, I was
I'll
saying,
even bring up, I'll be like, it's amazing what you did with Isamac.
and at this point, he'll hold his hand up and say, thank you, you're far too kind. Inquisitor Farnov, I presume.
Anyway.
Inquisitor Farnov, I presume, looking at the redheaded.
That is I. Now would you kindly get us out of here?
Just for sanctity, he will present the inquisitorial marking on his hand. And all right, so Victor, this is one of the few times this damn talent of mine is going to come into play.
You mean your background bonus?
Yes.
Yeah, so this would normally be a -50, but you get only a -30 on a security test.
-30?
Yeah.
Ooh, I'll give you an assistance.
Then it's only a -20.
Wait, let me check something real quick. Because this is very important.
I'm on the top of the world looking down on creation.
Stop it.
Do I have mastery security?
I know you have mastery tech use.
I have mastery armor, mastery tech use, and mastery commerce.
Right. Well, you know what to work for now. Haha. Well done.
Before you open the cage, I want to look at Farnov and just... Farnov, I've answered your questions. Can you answer one of mine?
Be quick. I fear we don't have much time.
You see me in my current presentation, yet you don't brand me a heretic.
I have bigger things to worry about right now. We'll talk about this, and she gestures up and down on you, later.
I describe how I actually think I know how he would open this door.
How would he?
So, after analyzing small DNA traces of blood from the cage, he is able to determine that it is the of Jakari make, and uses a quick mixture of chemicals to copy the chemical compounds found in the blood.
Fair enough. That actually works.
Thus opening the door and granting the freedom to our comrades, sister,
Indeed.
something.
Uh,
And as Tarvok kind of lifts open the gate, he says, "No, we need to get out of here." Looking at everybody,
I
shall
know.
shall I set the distraction? And you see him. You see put his hands in a snapping motion.
Yes.
All right, and at first I say, "Everyone, grab on."
I'll
So-
grab on.
So, with all of this is going to happen really fast. With Tarvok fully loaded up, I actually think he may be encumbered at this point
Yes.
because he's carrying all the gear and sick people.
I have my current available lifting is 534.
Never mind, he can handle everything.
I'm gonna take my other sword out of Tarvok, essentially, out of his carrying case, and I'm gonna look over to Farnov and just say, "Are you a psyker?
I'm not.
Then here, take this one."
And she grabs the weapon. She doesn't have training for it. It's a unique weapon.
Hey, also Victor, having the vehicle trade is fine because I actually started reading the critical effects for vehicles.
Ah, it's bad.
Give me
Lots
one
of explosions.
Yes, and I say, and at this point he snaps his fingers.
And as soon as Tarvok snaps his fingers, you hear you can feel the ground shake beneath you, and with an explosion and can be heard off in the distance. Now, as soon as this happens, I'm going to have to do a really quick snap over to Morino because she can hear it too.
Oh Lord!
I hear the explosion.
Yes, you do.
Kapoo.
Oh, geez. I should probably boot up this thing and get us out of here.
Indeed. And as you sneak towards the controls of the raider, you can get a sneak peek over the side of it, and you can see that the guards that were patrolling the hangar are all running across the bridge, trying to figure out what just happened.
Well, they're definitely going to have company. So let's pull this thing around and start heading in the same direction of the guards.
So roll
let's keep our
for
distance.
me. Roll for me, and operate Aeronautica. That's the thing, though. These things count as skimmers, which would make them surface vehicles, but I'm not gonna count it as one.
Yeah, well, I think she got it.
Yeah, she made it. So
Now remember, that's agility based, so I get an extra degree.
Oh my
that
god.
is true. So igniting the engines of the Raider, Morino sends it speeding out of the hangar bay, and with a violent turn, she almost hits hits a venom that's that is docking in a hangar next to it. She dives into the narrow canyon and hits the accelerator as she speeds out of the void port and sets course for the arena for the witch cult arenas. Now, meanwhile, Tarvok is running through back towards the back the way they came. However, there's a problem. The maze of hallways that you went through earlier seems to have misaligned somehow with the way during the way that you came in. Something has been reorganized in here.
I roll navigate surface to try to.
Yes, you can.
I'll give you an assist.
Does Lynn or Farnov have navigate surface?
Yeah, I do. I can assist you.
So plus 20.
Can I get a? Do I hear a plus 30?
No.
Ooh!
Well done.
Hot damn! I'm rolling hot tonight.
As you quickly start reading the signage on the hallways, you find one that reads exit, and with as much haste and speed as you can, you run towards what appears to be an exit. However, you hit some sort of illusion, and as everyone's eyes adjust,
Oh crap! That's not an exit. That's not an exit at all.
well, it technically is. So
Yeah, an exit from life.
I'm
Well,
going
we're about to turn around.
Oops, sorry about that.
It's okay.
This is getting out of hand.
Yeah, we're about to turn this all around.
Well, luckily I have my 2 weapons.
Yeah, but no armor.
Well, don't worry, neither do they. So,
You make a fair point.
I think they're too worried about that.
The
all
Emperor's
around
name.
you can see bleachers packed with Drukari as they cheer and shout. Down in the sands in the pit itself, you can see scantily clad Drukari females as they stretch for the coming bout and send the audience into a roaring paroxysm for the anticipation to come. And we'll have to see how it goes next time.
Oh, come on. Let's play another hour. We could so do another hour.
We actually could do another hour.
I have to
Except-
leave in 30 minutes.
Yeah. Well, one, I didn't actually know why it had to leave, but that's another reason. However, the scene that you're about to start is going to take a lot more than an hour.
Ah,
Like, we're talking like an entire session's worth of combat is about to
God.
start.
Can I-
So,
Alright.
wait, can I just do something before we go?
Sure.
Just because it is badass.
Sure.
I'm gonna hop off of Tarvok, and I'm gonna look at the stretching women, and I'm just gonna start mimicking them and stretch as well. And I'm gonna be like, I kind of wanted to fight one of them.
Well, you're gonna fight a whole lot more than one.
you're still going to die.
Marno said that these were the toughest swordswomen in the galaxy.
Hmm.
Let's test my merit against theirs.
And scene.
Can I do one cool thing too?
Oh, name a
Can I
thing.
roll my initiative?
Oh, let's
God damn it.
sure. Let's roll initiative, everyone.
Okay.
If you want, that is.
Yeah, I might as well.
I don't have to, but if players want to, they can.
You know what?
Before we go.
What a way to end! What a way to end the session on a crit.
Okay, click on the dude.
So...
Jesus.
Yeah, man, I remember.
Okay, so that's based off of my... Wow, I got a 10. Wow, so that's based off of my agility, so I actually have a +1 on top of that.
Is she human?
Dang! That
Wait a
girl,
minute.
the succubus beat me!
Yeah, she did.
Dang! And I can't even... It doesn't even matter if I reroll. It's the most I can get.
Damn.
Wait a minute.
It actually isn't.
Wait, hold on. That is based off your agility, isn't it?
Yeah, that's based off my agility, whereas I have, whatchamacallit, constant vigilance, so it should be based off my intelligence.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
And then
I could give you a +2.
Yeah. Well, in any case, I'll
Oh.
roll for the lesser witches later.
That really broke my heart. I was like, I'm gonna be fast. Oh,
If you were playing as Morano, I think you would have won.
probably. Oh,
I'm
well.
going to bury that chicken so much firepower.
Daga, daga.
Yeah.
Can I make a request?
Hmm.
I want a fighter.
Well,
But you have to
maybe.
wait. What?
We'll see next
Alrighty.
time.
Everyone, thank you for joining us. This was a pretty exciting episode. We wound up in the witch cult pit. Yeah. Oopsie daisy, our bad. I guess our
Damn it.
disguises are up, and yeah. Let's hope this doesn't go like Demonofuge. Anyway, guys, thank you for joining us. Check out all the links in the description. As always, I'm Egoqueenalexis. I love you guys. Bye.